Welcome back, guys. Huge news in crypto today. Luna 2 has launched. I can hear you already at the other end. This is either an exciting time for trading, and then the other flip side is, unfortunately, the guys who got absolutely burnt on Luna are going to be disgusted at this. So let's take a look at this with a clear mind, remove the emotions. If you've been burnt on Luna, take a chill pill. This is just looking like a trading frenzy at the moment. I was watching this live as it opened with the Bybit guys. I'm here in Monaco. This is the third day here, and watching this earlier. It was about 10 past 10 a.m. in the morning, just having breakfast, just chilling out, and then this thing went live. And it started at 50 cents, and within a matter of minutes, as you can see here on the chart, it rose to $30. Now currently sitting at about $16.40. So this is just a minute chart. I never get into minutes, 15 minutes. Not even hourlies really, because this is just a very extreme and volatile time. However, it obviously presents a lot of opportunity. Look at that 50 cents to $30 move in a matter of 30 minutes. We were all watching this at breakfast, having a coffee, having some breakfast, and just watching this thing just shoot straight up. So there is opportunity. We're going to look at that in today's video, look at profit targets, strategies that one might use, looking at this in terms of a trade, short-term possibilities. Of course, when something is new and it is extremely volatile, the chances of getting wrecked are high. I don't see any leverage trading here. This is just looking purely at spot, and there are limits as well. There's a very small limit to be trading at. There was about 150,000 units in 1,500 units in one hit. Okay, so for some it's a lot of money, for others it's absolutely nothing. So just looking at this in terms of the chart, the Luna 2.0 launch, what's going on, what can we do with this, and of course the market update as well. Just looking at the US traditional markets have closed nice and strong. Of course, Bitcoin, we're still waiting for that move up, but the good news is that it hasn't broken down from that 25K low, and the low is still sort of grinding away. So before we get too deep into the Luna price and profit targets, what we're looking at here, the possibilities of failures, stop placements, all that sort of stuff, make sure you have smashed up the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Subscribe if you're a Red Bull fan and you think Max Verstappen is going to take out this weekend. If you don't give a crap about the F1, then maybe just smash up the like button. But look, there's also our Bybit giveaway exclusive to this channel, so make sure you use the link in this video description. Giving away 2 ETH. 4 lucky winners will get half an ETH each. That will be drawn in about 10 days' time, so make sure you've gotten on board, deposit at least 10 bucks, that's it. I'm not asking you to do any sort of leverage trading. That's all you have to do in terms of this giveaway with Bybit. All right, so let's start with the fear and greed. 13 today. I thought we'd be up just a little bit, and pretty much it. We went from 12 yesterday. The market's still extremely fearful, and so it seems like a lot of the energy and the attention has been drawn towards Luna for this last 2.5 hours, but people have been waiting on this because people are just looking for trading opportunities, something that has volatility, because Bitcoin has almost no volatility at this point in time. So in terms of a trade, there's not much going on here, and all we're seeing is lower highs and lower lows. However, the lows are still holding up. So it's basically like a kind of a falling wedge at this point, and they generally resolve to the upside. So we're just looking at this little thing here. We get the resolve to the upside. So obviously we're here to talk about Luna and look at the pricing of that. Just a quick update, Bitcoin, that's what we're waiting for. Of course, if we get the breakdown, then the next price we look towards is around these lows at about that sort of 27.5-ish, 27,800, just to hold some support before we can hopefully push higher again, just to get that momentum through to the Bitcoin market. There's nothing really, to be completely honest, there's nothing much that has happened in Bitcoin. However, it's just been a trader's market. And it looks like the buyers are obviously stepping in at slightly lower prices, and then as a trade, just selling off at lower and lower and lower prices. So this is just another lesson for Luna when we're looking in terms of trades as well. So that's all that's going on for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin dominance is still holding up very, very well. Yesterday's video, we just saw it drop down to this point of about 46% as it got reached to a peak of 47%, and it's pretty much holding up right now after it got through the resistance of the last year of these highs. You can see the market is basically just broken out of that, and now we're heading towards 49%. I called this Bitcoin season a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I called the name of it a Bitcoin season because the dominance is going up, and therefore more money is going to Bitcoin than other areas. We're looking at the Luna trades. But lastly, the stock markets, traditional stock markets, have closed stronger. This is a weekly chart, so a nice macro look at the markets out there. We obviously had some good news when it came to the Fed and inflation figures and all that sort of jazz. But of course, we've obviously been tracking the overall trend before any of this news came out, and the understanding of the inflation and interest rate rises and all that sort of jazz. We're looking at this in December, so the market started to crash down, and the trend has been down since that point. We put in a beautiful double top. The market ran 150%. The same thing happened on the NASDAQ as well, so on a weekly time frame here, and now we've just bounced off our 50% level. No one else that I've seen uses Gann analysis, the simple thing of 50% levels. It's not to say that they are bad, they're just a beautiful tool that you should really learn how to use. So definitely check out how to use these 50% levels. They happen time and time again and give good support and resistance zones, especially for trading. And if you want something longer term, so you're not getting in and out in shorter term timeframes, they work really well for your long-term investment portfolios in terms of buying opportunities to do their dollar cost averaging stuff and then get into and set yourself in bigger positions for longer term rather than like the average investor. You don't want to be average in this game because you probably won't make it in that regard. You just need to do something simple like this. The average investor is basically dollar cost averaging in whatever the frig it is that they are buying all the way down because they don't have any other strategy apart from just do something once a week. Of course, I'm not having a go at that sort of thing, but if you can just sharpen it up even slightly, you're an investor. This is your money. This is the way I look at it. If I can do something simple, very, very simple, that gives me a far better result, I'm going to do that because you need an edge in these markets. You need to do something that someone else isn't doing. And if you can make it simple for yourself, you're going to do so much better. So that's why I look at these sort of things, because it is a simple thing. I can make so much more money from it. And I'm basically not doing what the herd is doing and buying every week when the prices are extremely high. Sort of wait for these great opportunities. And that's what I would look for, say, on things like Bitcoin or Ethereum. So it's the same pattern that you can use across any chart. That's the beauty of it here. S&P, NASDAQ, strong close, using that info about the 50% tool and what to do when the markets are crashing. And obviously, let's spin it over into Luna. Look at the sort of things in terms of a 50% level as well. So this is all just sort of refreshing. Look at the top here, $30. Now, we have we don't really have the tool on this one. I'll have to go and do that in a sec, but here we go, TradingView. So the look of it here for the 50%, right? All I need to do is get this bottom price is about $12 to $13. The top is at about $30, okay? So splitting that up is $17. Half of 17 is $8.50. Add the 8, that's how the tool works. Add the $8.50 to around that $12. It's going to give you about sort of $20, $21. And look at the 20 mark here. Look where that 50% came in. It came in at $20. So the halfway point is approximately $20.50, $21. 50% came in, rejected. All right. So I said it earlier in the video, looking at these profit targets and entry points for shorter term trading. So just looking at what's going on here, things have been absolutely crazy. Double top came in, market came down. You can see the $30 here on it says 8.30 and then 8.36. So basically 6 minutes later, we had a top of 29.90. Okay, so talking about that 50% tool, it essentially gets the top and the bottom, splits it in half, gives you a 50%. 50%, roughly about that $21-ish. Look what happened to the market. It got rejected. So if you happen to buy on a swing or buy with some sort of signal in terms of your candles, or you had some other sort of entry point where you're looking at support coming in, look at that previous peak. The market was 2 minutes old, had a peak and then a drop. The market came directly back to that point, sat on it, and then moved. So you can have some sort of simple entry strategies on support and resistance and look at 50% levels. It got rejected. So then you're just sort of trading this thing in between the support and resistance levels. Of course, I know some people don't want to do that. They think it's too crazy and get wrecked. Fine. If that's your plan, stick to that plan. I'm literally talking about this because it is just launched and you can see a lot of interest. There are a lot of degens coming to the market. It's the only thing at this point in time, probably in the last few hours, that has volatility, and that's what people are essentially looking for. So I like to look at things in terms of my risk management and lay out rules that will protect me if I want to play the game. We're here in cryptocurrency. Everyone wants to play the game to get rich, okay? So have the rules to protect yourself. look after your risk. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about here. I'm not telling people to go out and trade this thing, but if you are looking to do that, definitely have your stops in place. These are some of the strategies that I would employ in terms of these volatile markets, which again, this is on a minute chart. This is it can be very risky because the liquidity in the game could be low. So in terms of the volume that is coming in here. So at the moment, we've got the bounce off here. The lows have come in at about $13. And you can see the market has run up. So it's about $17 or $18. And now we've had that quick dump off on a relatively higher volume than the previous few minutes. I'm going to be working on a minute chart because that's all the data that we have for this new Luna 2.0. So I'm only talking about this in terms of a trading opportunity while the volatility is still strong. And you can see stuff is going crazy. Longer term, I am not interested in buying Luna again for a longer term hold. Can they do this thing in the community? Can they build it up again? Who the hell knows? I think the name has been tarnished after what has happened over the last few weeks, and this is just like another attempt to relaunch the brand and see how it goes. And unfortunately, what we're watching here now is on at least the minute chart, the market just start to break down. You can see the high was lower. The market is breaking lows. We're getting through here trying to hold this current low, but the volume is just strong. So I dare say we're going to come back and test the next low at 14 or so bucks, and then obviously back to 13. So short term, probably you got the trading opportunity. The volatility is there for that. It's exciting times, of course, but longer term, I'm not taking the gamble at these sort of levels, especially as it opened from 50 cents, went to $30, and is now currently at $15.50. So basically on its halfway point of the low to the high. These 50% levels are amazing. And so if it breaks down from that 15% and then, 50%, and then it also takes out those, you can see that base of lows forming at $13, that to me would then signal that it has to come back and test the next level of about 11 bucks and the next level of 10 bucks, and then you can go all the way down to about $5 as well. So shorter term trading needs to hold, I'd say at this stage, about $13 needs to hold that level before we can see some higher prices and potentially get that volatility to pump out and take out 30 bucks. But in terms of the longer term, I think the name, the branding is tarnished, and it's basically just there for potentially older Luna holders and people just to feel like the foundation and the Luna project is doing something about it. Of course, could be completely wrong, but I'm going to go with my gut. After something has been wrecked so badly and they try to relaunch, I'm not going to be throwing my money at it long term. That's just my honest opinion, how I choose to use my money. Other people might have their own views. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on Luna 2. Is it going to be a stayer, or is it just another potential failed relaunch of the project? Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bybit right over here for that exclusive giveaway to this channel and Michael's channel. 2 ETH giving away to you guys on the channel. Use that link down below. Half an ETH each to 4 lucky winners down there. You can see on our members call looking at investing, real estate, and cryptocurrency. Link is in the top of the video description. That's our members group over there learning to trade and invest full time. Thanks once again, guys. I've got updates on my Instagram and Twitter for what's going on here in Monaco for the F1. I'll see you guys at the next video. Until then, have more fun to get more done.